Now let's take a deep dive into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Cal Gadraj, and let's queer up politics. Gay Congressman Robert Garcia eyes key House role in supporting LGBTQ voices. California Congressman Robert Garcia, the first out gay immigrant elected to the U.S. House, is quietly building support to become the top Democrat on the powerful House Oversight and Accountability Committee. Garcia, who's 47, already serves on the committee and has begun sounding out colleagues for a possible leadership run. The current ranking Democrat, Virginia Representative Gerry Connolly, announced he'll step back to focus on cancer treatment. Garcia's bid would likely draw support from both the Congressional Hispanic Caucus and the Congressional Equality Caucus, where he is co-chair. Both groups have pushed for more diverse leadership in Congress. Garcia's sharp media presence and committee work have earned him a growing national profile. He recently traveled to El Salvador to investigate the deportation of Kilmar Abrego Garcia and gay Venezuelan asylum-seeker Andry Hernandez Romero. Known for calling out right-wing extremism, Garcia has repeatedly confronted Georgia's Marjorie Taylor Greene during hearings, even mocking her infamous use of explicit images by holding up a photo of Elon Musk, calling it a dick pic. With Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez stepping aside from the leadership race, new names are surfacing. Representatives like Jasmine Crockett of Texas, Khanna of California, and Maxwell Frost of Florida are among the potential contenders. Frost and Garcia are close allies and have agreed not to run against each other. Will Garcia become the next queer trailblazer in congressional leadership? Queer News Tonight will follow this story closely. These stories always excite me because I love when more LGBT or allies of the community run for positions in office, and it's time. Yeah. It's time for us to have representation at our local, state, federal level. I was really proud when Pete Buttigieg, became, the Secretary of Transportation, and that's just the beginning. It's just a matter of time until we have more LGBT senators and congressmen. We're fortunate to have Mayor Dean Trentalis as the mayor of Fort Lauderdale, who's the first openly gay elected mayor in the city's 100 years. And that's, like I said, just the beginning.
Yeah, I'm liking to see like a lot of these, like you said, very young and very energetic people coming in. I've been watching Jasmine Crockett for a little while on TikTok and stuff, and I'll tell you, she will break it down for you like it's like receipt. Right. And I'm just like, wow, I'm living for it. So I love this energy, this new energy, because we desperately need it.
Right, and her courage and intellect. Oh, we need people like that. And that Trump recently insulted her intellect. He doesn't like people. Always said they're not very smart. He would have to stand on a stepladder to touch the heel of her intellect. I mean, can you even imagine? But yes, she's powerful. I love her. And Maxwell Frost, not only great, but so cute. And that's not a credential, but it is a fact. And and we just need these, because there is this huge effort to sort of concretize the minoritization of queer folk, and that there is this counter effort for the normalization of queer voices. You got to pick a side, and I certainly know what side I'm on.
Yeah, well said. And it's so funny, like when we talk about, I think all of us on some level at this point, we want obviously always LGBTQ representation and folks to come forward and be outspoken, but also we just want folks with a backbone. And all these people mentioned, I love Crockett, I love Frost, I love Garcia was amazing. Like that is like, he uses this kind of humor and this really, it's pointed and it's smart, and he's been really outspoken against the undue process of ICE and the detention of immigrants and migrants and those who are sent back, deported, right? And violently deported. I mean, that is illegally and violently deported. Thank you. Yeah. And but that is to just see a fairly young, motivated group of people and leaders that we could just imagine, that we can imagine a future that currently just does not exist, and they exist. Like that is so often we are always like, oh, maybe one day it's happening right now, and I always want to look for that glimmer of hope that the kids are all right, And
in addition to his own district, he has two very large constituencies also that he's representing because of these caucuses. So he could be a powerhouse.
Yeah, I can't wait for all that's to come. That is a big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.